That was a good one, huh?
Yeah.
I went all in with that one. Are we on?
Of course.
Are we on the air?
Yes,
are we
we
live? Coming live and direct to the world?
You are looking live at the Unidentical podcast here in Long Beach, California on this wonderful sunny day here in September. No, it's October.
You were looking live. Who was that? Was that when we watched boxing?
I think that's Costas. Bob Costas.
You are looking live.
Yeah. I could be wrong, though.
Live and recording.
I could be wrong.
Live recording of.
We're here. We're back in the...
I got a haircut.
Sweet. Looks good.
Thanks. Got it cut. Got them all cut. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
You want to do a podcast?
Jeez.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's do a podcast. Let's do it.
Unidentical.
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 Welcome back to Unidentical Pod. I'm Jason Callings, and with me, as always, is my brother David Callings and super producer Solo Man Solomon Daniels here at Podcast Place in Long Beach, California. Make sure you continue to rate and review at Apple Pod, iHeart, Spotify, wherever it is that you download your audio podcast. Leave us a 5-star rating and a review. It really helps with the algorithms. And as you know, Algorithms is Al Gore's reggae band.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Algorithms is
His reggae band.
yeah.
His reggae band.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yep. Al Gore has a
performs every weekend.
Yep. At the Queen Mary.
Yeah, and, you know.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Al Gore's. He's the lead guy. Algorithm.
I thought you said
Big one algorithm.
from the time that he claimed to have invented the internet.
Right.
He did that too. He also invented the ozone layer. Make sure you. I don't know. I'm just making sure.
Oh my God.
If you want to look at our beautiful faces, we are always on YouTube, every week on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, mash that notification bell so you know when something new is coming at you, whether it's a reel, whether it's a short. Reels are on Instagram, right? Whether it's a short, whether it's a new episode, whether it's an announcement of merch drop, get notified. If you want to look at our merchandise, you can go to unidenticalpod.com. That's unidenticalpod.com. Check out the merchandise page. We've got a lot of merch there as well. And if you want to ask us anything, send us any stories, give us ideas for episodes, go to unidenticalpod@gmail.com and let us know, ho.
Nice.
Not you're not a hoe, but you know, you my hoe.
Who are we talking to?
The audience as a whole. The audience as a whole is my whole.
Ew.
Isn't that what hoe originally?
Now we have what? I'm thinking we have what? 5.
Don't ask me that
fans?
question. I don't know.
You think we have what?
About 5 fans, right?
5 fans.
We
right
should
now.
name them.
I just would name them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Number them.
Just number 2, 3, 4, 5. Vegas was really cool.
I want to hear about it.
Went to Viva Las Vegas.
Because you did the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and that was the first time you did
Yes, I've never done Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, and I headlined it for 2 nights, 4 shows. It was awesome. The staff there, I want to give you a big shout out. The staff there at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, you guys are incredible. Yes, made me feel so welcome, made me feel so comfortable, made my crew feel good. I had my buddies opening for me. Justin Rivera was hosting. My buddy Sarah Lawrence was featuring, and then my pal, good buddy Jason Allen out of Charlotte, North Carolina, was in town for the World Series of Comedy. He was out there, so I had him doing guest spots on my shows as well, and he was a lot of fun. It was so good seeing him. Jason, it was so good seeing you, buddy.
What's the World Series of Comedy?
It's bullshit. No, it's a competition show.
Oh.
I think it's newer comics can do it,
Nice.
should do it. Basically, you go into this competition and there's rounds and all that shit, and the winner, apparently the winner wins like 38 weeks of work, but it's not headlining work. It's like feature work or
Most jobs you compete for time off.
host. Yeah,
You know what I mean? You guys are like,
That's actually good.
I won the work.
you won the work. Yeah, you don't win a vacation, you win more work. But yeah, for like newer guys, it's cool. You get some MC spots and some, feature spots. And if you don't know what that means, it's the guy that goes on right before the headliner does about 20 to 25 minutes. It's cool. I get it. Some of the gigs I wouldn't do. I've been doing this long enough now where I don't.
Are we still talking about the World Series?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been doing this gig long enough now that I don't want to, schlep it in a Motel 6 and like drive out to freaking whatever. Man.
You did
Give me a
yeah.
travel budget and
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Oh, so they just guarantee the work, not the accommodations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to you to negotiate that in your contract with the venue. And I usually like to negotiate a room, a very good room, a room and a travel budget. And then that's good with me. If I'm not losing money, I don't even want to break even. I want to make money, goddammit.
Of course. That's why
But
you
a
do
lot of times these guys are breaking even, which I respect the hustle, and that's something you got to do in the beginning of your career. You gotta get out
Just
there,
to get you out there. Yeah.
Then I started thinking, do ya?
Nowadays.
These days, you just got to have a great TikTok reel or a TikTok video or an Instagram reel or a YouTube thing that goes viral. And next thing you know, you're doing Madison Square Garden, baby.
Yeah.
MSG, doing MSG, which has actually happened for a lot of people. They're little clips are blowing up and they're getting these headlining gigs and then they're disappointing everyone because they don't have a good hour.
Right. Yeah. We talked about that last time about how they're not prepared.
Not prepared.
You were saying that they have
and they don't care.
You
That's the thing. They don't give a shit.
The phrase I remember you saying is that they have to now catch up to their popularity or something.
They got to catch up to their following.
Mm.
Their talent has to catch up with their following because when I started stand-up, one of the hardest things to do is build a following. I've talked about that several times on this podcast. One of the hardest things to do in the beginning of your career is build a following. However, in the beginning of our careers, when we were doing it back then, we weren't even thinking about that.
Right.
What we were thinking about was getting better at comedy.
Right.
Once I'm at the level, then I'll build the following. And then the way that happened is once you got to the level, the bookers of the late shows would see you and you do the Tonight Show. And then then you start the next step of building the following. Well, now people are getting this following really quick. And now they're getting, I just heard a nightmare story. I don't remember who the comedian was, but one of the clubs, and I believe it was one of the bigger clubs, one of the improvs booked one of these viral comedians, and I use that comedians lightly. They booked one of these guys, and most of the audience wanted their money back. Guy bombed for 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's not ready. You're not ready.
Well, or you could look at it like this. He's not doing his thing. His thing isn't stand-up comedy in a nightclub in front of a live audience.
No,
it's
quick takes online.
Yeah. So it's almost like there's a new genre, like you have, sketch comedy, stand-up comedy,
right.
That kind of thing. And now it's almost this new genre of comedy where it's all social media comedy.
Let's call it quick comedy.
Quick comedy.
Yeah, quick
and it's never funny.
No.
I said this last episode. My buddy John Campanelli said this perfectly. He said they should stop calling them comedy clubs. They should call them live event venues. And after we had done that episode, one of my favorite true crime hosts. She has her own true crime podcast. She's great. Annie Elise. She's got one called 10 to Life, and it's a great, great true crime podcast. I love listening to her talk about it. And she really, what I love about her is that she just gives you the details. There's no like fluff and like.
And her name again?
Too many opinions. Annie Elise, beautiful girl too.
And it's in her podcast called what?
It's called 10 to Life. It's a true crime. You could just look up her name, true crime podcast. But she announced a tour, guys. And one of the stops on the tour was the Brea Improv.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. These clubs are now just going, we need to make money. We need to put butts in the seats. What they all did was they grew.
Yeah.
They changed their venues from these comedy clubs with 250 seats to these comedy, entertainment venues, entertainment theaters. They're big. Like they're 400 seats, 500 seat theaters now.
And when you say seats, like, is it like shaped like a theater or is it tables like a comedy club?
Well, yeah, it's stacked up and it's at an incline to the
and they're
back.
all facing the stage?
They're all facing the stage.
Oh, okay. It's
It's
like
not
a real
like-
theater.
But they designed it where there's access for the wait staff and that kind of thing because there is a design to a comedy club that you need.
Yeah.
If you're sitting in like theater seating and you order a drink and you're sitting in the middle,
Oh, yeah.
it's got like 900 other people have to pass your shit down to you. And by the time you get it, it's got cooties.
Yeah.
It's got cooties and
Somebody
COVID.
done drank out of it.
Yep.
It's got cooties.
But so yeah, now they're just going, we're gonna have this thing at 4:00 in the afternoon, and And the thing is, I sympathize with them, and I relate to that as a small business owner. My brother and I, for years, we owned our own business, and we know more than anyone that, even if your schedule starts at 3:00 in the afternoon, you're paying rent 24/7 on that
Thank you.
building. You should probably have a bunch of shit going on in there to keep the bills paid, and that's why eventually we implemented like a women's self-defense program, a cardio kickboxing program, some yoga shit,
Summer camps.
summer camps. We because it's not just because comedy shows start on an average of 8:00 at night.
Yeah.
So all those hours before that, they got to figure out. What they used to do when I was an up and coming youngster is they would do, like, during holiday seasons, they would have holiday parties for the, like, local businesses would say, for our holiday party, we wanted a comedy show. And so I'd go there at like 3:00 in the afternoon, and there'd be food and drinks, and then the boss would do a speech and give the employee the month and all that crap. And then they're like, and now we got a comedy show. And I would do a comedy show then for 45 minutes. But it was comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you got true crime pods, and it's all meet and greet stuff, and it's great. And I would honestly, I'd want to go meet her and say, your podcast is awesome, and I want to.
Oh, you don't know? I thought you knew her. Oh.
No. I'm just a fan.
That's why I was asking all the
I'm a
questions.
fan, and she's always so right on top of the stuff that's happening. Like, she does a Diddy episode, and she does, the Menendez Brothers, because the Menendez Brothers movie just came out.
Right.
That series Monster that they did the.
I saw a neat thing online with that, where it was a not side by side video on top of the other video, and it was the original video of the court scene and how they recreated it exactly the same.
Yeah,
it was pretty
nuts.
awesome.
Those kids are out of their minds, and it was their upbringing. There's something about they're rich. There's something about being born into it.
Right.
And your reality isn't what everybody else's reality is. You know what I mean?
Another thing I read about that is that it portrays them to be a bit incestuous, the two brothers.
Oh my God! There's a scene where they make out at a party.
Wait.
In front of everybody.
With each other?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, you got to watch this shit. And, I take a lot of this.
Is this Hollywood fluff or
See, that's what I think about.
Yeah.
I think, is this Hollywood just being, Hollywood?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Those kids they were nuts.
Yeah, but that's something pretty over the top to make up, though.
Yeah.
You have to understand, though, they allegedly were SA'd by their father from a very, very young age.
Wow.
So sex to them was, for years, guy on guy.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the older brother was doing it to the younger brother while the dad was doing it. It was like yeah. That's the sound of the men working on the chain. Gang.
How appropriately inappropriate.
I know, right? But, a great title, Inappropriately Inappropriate.
There is something out there that's called that, I think.
Really?
I feel like I've seen Inappropriately Inappropriate.
It's appropriately inappropriate.
Maybe that.
Figure it out.
Sorry.
God. This is a professional podcast.
Is it?
Nope. But yeah, so here's why I think they're nuts. A lot of people are like, well, no, but they were like that because of what their dad did to them. Fine. But even with that situation, you've now just obliterated them with shotguns.
Yeah.
And it was a violent scene. Like
you watched
very
the
violent
thing already?
scene.
You watched
No, but I watched the series, and I'm done with the series.
Oh.
But I also I remember when it was going on, and
Right.
I would look into it and stuff because I'm a freak. But here's the thing. Yes, he was abusive, and yes, the mom was complicit, and yes, and all that stuff, if that's all true, and yes, we're going to kill him. But to go like party afterwards and do tennis lessons and one of them went overseas to a tournament for tennis and was like, they were like, what's up? They were they were killing it, driving around in new cars and like getting, staying in the presidential suite at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Like they were just partying. Like that is a crazy thing to witness.
Yeah.
And me personally, if I witnessed that, I'd be a pile of tears in a corner for at least a month.
Right.
What did I see? And what I saw, I did.
Which one's
These guys were like, they did. Party time.
Right. What's the smaller one's name? This
Eric. There's Eric and Lyle.
Okay, so
Very
when that
Latino
all was
names.
going on, I remember John Malkovich hosted SNL.
Right.
and he was Lyle.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Well-
Every time he would talk, he would just do the slow burn and start crying.
Well, what I also remember was Ben Stiller parodying it in Cable Guy.
Oh yes,
Remember?
Yes.
And they were Asian.
Yeah. That was good. That was good.
So funny. But yeah, and he was playing twins. It was two twins.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, that's a little nutty block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It's
Yeah.
so there's a lot going on there. I think there was time that should have been served for sure. But now they're
Where
in
are
their
they now?
50s. Huh?
Where-
They in prison.
Oh, okay.
They
That's what I
gone.
thought.
And Lyle finally embraced the baldness.
Mm.
Because you remember he was wearing a hairpiece.
I don't remember.
Okay, so those bangs, those goofy ass bangs that he had, those ridiculously goofy bangs.
Which one is this?
The older one.
Right. Okay.
So, because remember, one of them had cool hair going back, and one of them had like bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Bangs were fake, baby. He was going bald at a very young age, and he would spend a lot of money on hair pieces and wigs. And,
Man, that's got to be so.
oh
rough.
man, there was a scene in the show where the dad, they were talking about being honest, and the dad's like, "Oh, you want to talk about honest?" And he just rips the wig off of his head.
No. Oh no.
And of course, I'm at home
Don't look at me.
laughing my ass off.
Wait, is this it right here?
Yep,
That's
there
the
it is.
hairpiece?
Yep, and he kept it while he was in prison. He kept it,
Mm.
and it just kept getting worse and worse because now you're wearing prison wig. You know what I mean? It's like when you go into prison and you need glasses, but then you get the prison glasses. They're like
Like
really-
this wig, you had
yeah.
to wash it in the toilet.
Yeah, he was. There's a scene in the thing where he's
No.
washing his wig in the toilet.
No.
But then
Ew.
his lawyer would come and they're talking about this life and death stuff. We got to get this figured out, or you're looking at the death penalty. And all he cared about was getting his new wig. Okay, yeah, great, but can we? It's so and so's this expensive wig shop in Beverly Hills. You got to get it from there because they're the only ones that do it right. And the lawyer's looking at this kid like, "You're on death row for what are you?"
Yeah, dude, priorities.
Yeah, but now he's bald and he's
But like,
embracing the bald.
does he do that bald thing like this? Like
guy
the all the adult Muppets. Remember all the adult Muppets?
or the guy who was the guy in Star Wars?
The adult
Forlom.
Muppets.
Or
No,
Dude!
no.
Please
Forlom
tell-
was someone else. He was
the bald guy with the hair with the
this
thing.
guy.
Yeah,
Dark. God darn it. I'll
I'm really disappointed that you don't know.
I know.
I wanted you to know so bad so I could make fun of
Yeah.
you. So I can make fun of that. But now he's a baldy
I should just say stuff just to drive people crazy. His name was Ed 209.
there it is. And then all the Star Wars geeks
All
are
the-
like, bro, actually you're
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, they're gonna come after you.
Dude, you're thinking of RoboCop?
But yeah, now they're in prison. But there's a lot of stuff that they're working on getting out of there and getting a release now. I was gonna say early release, but they've been in there forever. They're in their 50s now. Those guys are our age.
Right.
That happened in 89.
You know, when we were
We were seniors in high
Yeah.
school. That happened in 89. And one of them was not in high school anymore. And the little one was still in high school because he was so guy.
dude, a lot of shit went down in 89. There's a whole documentary called
1989 was a wild
The year that made us or something like
A
that.
wild year.
You should just pull up things that happened in 1989.
Mhm. It was a
Seriously,
wild time.
man.
I can tell one amazing thing that happened.
What?
James was born.
Mm-hmm.
My eldest.
It was also amazing that I graduated high school. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was good. Really amazing that you did that. I did.
You did.
Kind of. I was 1989 and a half. I had to
Mhm.
take some extra courses. And then
No.
Here, I'll put it up on the side screen
But you-
for y'all.
look at that.
Look at this. Look at that. All that kind of stuff.
Celebrate their 100th birthday.
North
The
Dakota.
Phillips disaster. What is that in Pasadena, Texas? Oh, yep. 23 injured. Oh, yeah. STS-34 lands Edwards Air Force Base. And what? I wanna see the map.
David Dinkins becomes mayor.
Yeah. Douglas, that was a pretty big year. None of this stuff.
The Berlin Wall.
That's what it
Wall.
was. The Berlin Wall came down. The tornado outbreak in the eastern United States. Walt Disney featured animation 28th feature films.
The Little Mermaid.
Oh, The Little Mermaid came
Yeah,
out in
yeah.
89. Look at that. The Great Mouse Detective. Who gives a shit?
That's not a lot of the stuff that I saw. on the
United
show.
States soccer team qualified.
Oh, like,
for-
okay. That's just because it's going by month.
Yeah, it's going by month, and that's
All
just
right, all
November.
What do you got to Google? Crazy shit that happened in 89.
Yeah,
right. What?
yeah. It's giving. This is a Wikipedia page, so it's.
But
giving
yeah, so it was 1989 when that shit went down, and then they were just running around looking like, the Eric guy was. he's mad because of all that. There's a scene in have you watched it yet?
Well, I heard they're upset.
Oh, there's a
because of the
pretty
incest
graphic
stuff.
sex scene
Uh-huh.
in the prison.
They boning?
Eric sees another inmate that he likes, and there's a whole scene where he's in the shower and he starts tugging on his yang, and you can see him. He's like he's like full frontal.
No
like,
way.
Yeah.
Why?
He liked him and he felt safe, and the guy protected him. You gotta understand, those two guys going into prison,
They were targets.
they were marks, baby. Apparently, the older ones kind of made it work, and he like, because he was a shit talker. He was always bragging. He was always telling people in there you can get him some money. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they still had money, right?
yeah, they had money. They you know,
Well,
that's another thing that in the show that I never heard of. They were cut out of their will. Their dad cut them out of their will. So dad was not a good dude.
Right.
If you know anything about the dad, not only was he diddling his kids, but apparently he was
diddling
Menudo as well, because he was in the recording industry.
Oh, the group Menudo.
Yeah, the entire group.
In
a lot
fact,
of diddling.
a doc came out recently about that whole
Uh-huh.
thing, and what's his name? The Menendez dad.
He
He was
Henry.
all over it. He was like there. Yeah.
Hank. I don't know what his name was.
You're probably right. It's probably Hank.
Steve. Steve.
Steve's always the go-to.
It's like a Latino name, Hector or some shit like that.
Jose.
Jose.
I mean,
Jose
think of Jose.
Yeah. The most Mexican name. And I don't think they're Mexican either. They're like, oh, they're Cuban. they're Cubanos. Yeah. Because he would say shit like, ay, coño. You know who plays the dad? The dude from No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
The guy that was killing people with a goat killer. What was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing?
Where he put it on and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays the dad, and he's so good. He's so good. And I believe it's an Arquette. Nope. I'm sorry. It's this what is her name? She's a white lady. She plays the
Oh,
mom.
that clears it up.
Sonia something. I can't remember the actress that played the mom, but she's got some interesting movies that she's done. There's a movie she did that's very graphic.
Huh.
And it was like very controversial because it didn't get a porn rating, but there's like a scene where she's going down on a guy, and it's like, that's what she's doing. There's no
What was that called? That just was recent, wasn't that? And everybody made a big deal about it.
the name of it.
So wait, this is not the Blood Brothers in 2017. This is a newer movie?
There's a movie about them called Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
I love that more than anything ever.
Watch that.
TV movie.
No, it isn't that one.
Definitely.
This one just came out. It's called Monster.
Gotcha.
It's the Monster series. And the last season was Jeffrey Dahmer was the Jeffrey Dahmer one where
That one
Casey
was
Nash
great.
was in it, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And apparently the next one is about Ed Gein. And you know
That's
who's playing him is the guy from Sons of Anarchy, and he was also in Pacific Rim. The guy that walks really side to side like this when he's acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know those actors
I know
that
you're
act
talking
walk?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm walking. I'm an actor, and I'm acting like I'm walking. It's like they can't just do. They're acting like they're doing the thing. You know what I mean,
it's
like
so
they'll never
bad.
just smoke a cigarette like this. It's always like,
Oh,
Jay,
you know? Yeah. The guy that played Punisher, he's
oh, that guy.
yeah, just an over actor.
I love that guy.
He's great, but sometimes it's just over actor.
There's a scene in that Pacific Rim, isn't it, when he's walking into the hangar and he's like just.
Oh, it's
fully-
hilarious the way he walks. And I'm like, I've seen him on red carpets. He doesn't walk like that.
And then that other movie, the other woman you were talking about who did Racy, she did Pacific Rim Job. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. I don't think I saw that one. I'm gonna put that on my list.
Oh, boy.
My what do you call it? Your queue. I'm gonna put that in my queue. But yeah, it's pretty detailed series, and there's some things in there that are going on that the brothers are really PO'd about. They're saying it's a lie and that never happened. And one of them is I believe the in-prison romance between him and the other inmate, and I believe the making out with his brother thing. And
Watch that inmate be mad at him for not admitting they were together. He's like,
right,
were you not? You ashamed of me?
yeah. And they separated them for years. They weren't in the same prison for a long time for punishment.
The brothers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because in prison they can hang together when they're there.
Yeah, there's a scene at the end of the series where they're in prison buses driving next to each other out of the central jail thing to go to their prisons, and they're looking at each other in the bus. Just kind of like, and then the buses go off into different directions, and they're both like, "What? Where's that bus going? Where's that bus going? We're supposed to be together forever."
Weird.
How am I supposed to blow my brother if I'm not in the same?
That is
Did I
crazy.
say that out loud?
Mhm.
Say that out loud. But yeah, that was one of my latest watches. I watched that. It was pretty good.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Monsters. I liked that other one, the Dahmer one.
If you like true crime and gay porn, check. Sorry, cancel me. Triggered. Speaking of that guy from The Punisher, what's that actor's name?
Oh, I don't know.
I just
Ed
watched.
Gein was the
He's like they
Texas
based.
Chainsaw Massacre.
They
was
based a lot of different guys off him. They based
Oh,
that off of him.
John Bernthal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just watched a movie with him.
And he was in The Walking Dead as well.
Yo, have you watched that movie Shot Caller?
No.
This movie is so good. My son told me about it. He's like, you got to watch this movie. It's crazy. This guy just goes into prison for some simple thing and then ends up becoming the head shot caller of the Aryan Brotherhood.
Whoa.
Because it was by survival first.
Mm.
So this guy's a regular businessman in LA, successful, just a white dude, and he's on him and his, gross. Him and his girl, his wife, and his best friend and his wife, they're all four in a car together. They're coming home from a bar and they get in a car accident because the guy was drinking and his best friend dies.
Mm.
So he goes into prison for this.
Oh.
But while he's in prison to survive, he has to do some shit to keep him alive. And once you're in there, you got to choose a side. It's just how it is. Like, I'm obviously going to go to other. And no, but you're like, you got to go to the ABs, and then there's Asians and Pacific Islanders, then there's the Latinos, and then there's the blacks. And this guy, to survive, he goes with these dudes, and the guy that kind of initiates him in is the dude that played Punisher. What's his name again?
This guy?
Yeah, that guy. And he's also the guy in the new American Gigolo series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's really great.
He gets a lot of work. I mean,
He
he's got a
sometimes
very
acts a little too
notable acting style.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of movement, a lot of head movement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Never looking anything straight. So.
He also seems. I mean, I shouldn't be mean, but he also seems very short.
He probably is, but whatever. Most of those guys are. Looks better on camera. Look at Tom Cruise.
Yeah, yesterday we
Little
had
fellas.
Michael Beach in here. I don't know if you know who he is.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was in Waiting to Exhale, the husband.
Oh, that movie I would never watch.
Oh.
That son of a beach.
Shoo.
But he was he's also short.
Shoo-be-doo,
Oh yeah.
shoo-be-doo.
Slower, man.
Is that song? Shoo-be-doo. The Shoo-be-doo song by Whitney, wasn't it in Waiting to Exhale?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was. It's the only thing I know about it. But shot caller. So he goes into prison. This guy meets this guy, and he introduces him to the shot callers, and then he starts doing things for these guys. And then he gets out in like 10 years or whatever it was, and he's a different guy.
Mm.
And then he finds out that the main shot caller, who is terrifying, he was in what's the the series with the two
What's it about?
FBI agents that went and saw
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter.
Right.
He was the older cop in
Mm.
Mindhunter. Well, he plays the number one dude in
I
this
like that
movie,
actor a lot.
and he ends up threatening this guy's family. So he ends up doing all these things that it ends up saving his family, but he ends up staying in prison for the rest of his life. However, now he's like the top dog of the prison. Like, he is the shot caller of the prison. Imagine you going in there for a DUI and a manslaughter.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're
Oh my
like,
God.
this is my life now. That shit crack.
That is.
That shit crack. Speaking of prison, guess who's staying there forever, I think? Diddy.
You think so?
Yeah, man, so many more things are coming out.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lawyer that just, this lawyer out of Texas just came out yesterday. This is going to come out on Monday, but just so you guys know, right now for us, it's Thursday. So you'll probably know all this by the time you hear this. However, there's this lawyer who's coming forward with 125 lawsuits.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and guess what? Apparently, allegedly, because you have to say that because he's not charged with these yet.
Right.
The ones that he's charged with, we don't have to say allegedly anymore, apparently. But here's the thing. 25 out of these 100 and whatever, 25 of them were minors when they were
Wow. When the
abused,
things happened.
when shit went down.
Yeah.
And one of them,
When Diddy went
apparently, was 9.
Oh my God. Diddy did?
Yo,
What?
the more stuff I hear about this guy,
He's a.
just a garbage.
They're gonna do a
Just
monster on him.
They'll do a monster series on
Yeah,
Diddy.
but
And it'll be
later.
the best. It'll be the best soundtrack.
Well, I'm still waiting.
Available
to see,
on Bad Boy Records.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see the fallout, though. You know how
Oh,
far
now
it
this
reaches
this
among
guy's
other people in the
yes,
music community.
that's this in this guy's press conference. That's the shit he was talking about. He goes, "There are people that we will name. We're not naming them yet, but they will be named because they're going to have to be, and they will shock you. And there are a lot of people that they know who they are, and they're freaking out right now.
You know,
There's a
what's
lot of
funny?
You'll
silence.
know." And he's like, "You're literally like, and you'll know these people. They're big people."
And that's why I think it won't actually shock us because I think everybody already has an idea of who it could be.
But what I'm really waiting to see what's going to happen is J-Lo. Is how much did she know back then and what happened and all that stuff. Because when all this stuff went down, that's when her and Affleck were done. And what I've heard is Affleck was like, "Yeah, I'm out," because there's some shit that I don't even want to be a part of.
He said, "I won't say anything, but
I'm out. Beyonce, there's some rumor that they were passing her around.
oh my god,
Yeah, because they got these girls that they call pass-arounds. And a lot of it is the girl's choice. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They go in there and they want to hang out and be with celebrities.
yeah,
and stars
they
and
understand what
stuff. They
happens
wanna be
at
in
that
the
level."
world.
Yeah.
But then you get stuck with this group and you're like, "Oh,
Start rubbing elbows, and then you're
Oh,
rubbing other stuff.
this is a cult." Yeah. Did you just say rubbing other stuff?
Mhm.
Yucky. Bumping uglies for that one.
Yeah.
What was another one? Fuzz bumpers. Anyways,
Knocking the boots.
knocking boots. Them boots made for knocking.
That
That's
was
just
that
what
was
I'll
late
do.
80s, early 90s.
I
right?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was, and his name was.
Money rockin' knockin' the boots.
No, that's the song. Somebody rockin', knocking the boots. They were knocking boots in the 80s and 90s. And then
Mhm.
there was. What the hell was that rapper's? I can't remember.
Oh,
Candyman, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Candyman. It's a
No.
horror flick.
But there's also a rapper,
Oh.
Yeah, and that wasn't the song.
Remember Paperboy?
Paperboy. Yep. Telling you, man, they did not have delusions of grandeur back then. The rappers.
No.
Paperboy.
No.
Yeah.
It's like
Pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
That was
H-Town? No, H-Town was the one you were just singing.
Rocking the boots. Knocking the boots. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots.
one of your old bits that used to do with
But man,
with Breed. When you get a Jeep.
Yeah.
You're on the
MC
radio,
Breed.
right?
His lyric, "When I get a Jeep, I'm putting Breed on the chrome." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "When you get a Jeep?"
He goes, You're on the
I'm,
radio,
li-
man.
I'm listening to you right now on the radio. You should probably have a Jeep. I had a whole bit
At
about
least.
rappers when I was a kid. They were broke for the first 3 albums,
Mhm.
They didn't even know how to brag. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to boast, but I like hot butter on my breakfast toast. Like,
Yeah, but at least they were
who fucking
honest.
cares?
They were honest.
They were honest
Yeah.
about it. They weren't
I-
rolling in it. you
I was
know?
like, and he was at his mom's house and he was eating breakfast and he's like, Mom, I want hot butter on my breakfast.
she's like,
Wait a minute.
Then he just
Hold on, let me write this down. Dude, how was that?
tongue out.
yeah.
Breakfast toast.
You got
But
the
yeah,
arm
there's a
going
lot of
around,
stuff
hiding
coming
it.
out. I can't wait. And it's going to be, he got denied bail a second time,
Right. I heard that.
and now this kind of shit, and you got minors, he ain't going nowhere.
No.
He's fucked.
He
Well,
ain't
now that he's
nowhere.
well, the thing is now that he's being held and he's not getting bailed out, people are feeling
Yeah, and
They
he's offering up a lot of stuff. He's like, I will give up all social media rights, no phones. I'll put my mansion up for collateral, which is millions and millions of dollars.
and they're like, no.
And they're like, nah, man,
Yeah,
you're a
he's got some money buried in a hole somewhere.
yeah.
Somebody
They're like, this dude's
sneak
a
him out of the
menace.
country. You will never
He's
see
gonna
him
go,
again.
yeah, he's gonna go through one of those underground tunnels, get on an ocean plane, those pontoon planes,
Mm-hmm.
fly to somewhere, boat to somewhere, train to somewhere, then he'd be gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mansion in the middle of the Amazon somewhere.
Yep.
And
He'll be
that's it.
him and Roman Polanski will be just chilling together. Just diddying.
Dang.
That's like my favorite.
But yeah, that's what I think, that now that he's locked up and not getting out, more and more people are feeling, oh, I can come forward now and not
Yeah.
get,
Yeah.
unalived.
That's another thing too. All those people that that in his camp that passed away, Heavy D, the producers, the girl that was, what was her name? Caitlin or some shit. I don't remember her name. All these people before they passed away were about to release books. They were about to write tell-all books about their experience in Bad Boy Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They did. They gone.
I'll be sure.
I'll be sure. Almost died. He got super sick, and
Mm.
So man, I'm curious to see this new thing.
People
this
think
new
he
development.
poisoned
What's
Jamie
this guy's name?
Foxx.
Was
Hear
this
me?
guy's name Solomon? What's that?
People think he poisoned Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
too.
That whole
Man.
thing that went down with
Oh.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lawyer that just announced the 120 different cases against
Oh.
him out of Texas.
Let's see.
Yeah, this guy, and he's repped, and he knows the rap world. Like he's repped a lot of artists and stuff, and like, you know, the girl, he repped the women that came out against the professional football player recently. He repped those
Okay.
girls, but he also repped on the other side too. He repped Tretch.
Tony Busby.
Yeah, Busby.
Tretch from you down with OPP?
Yeah, he had a gun charge that he got him off on. and-
Oh wow.
You guys still amaze me how you just pull up these old rap names like, and then
We're
I
old-
remember
we're old
that you were
guys.
in it.
Right.
You were
Well,
like part of that.
When we
right?
were in it, is when that song was
Huge.
well, not yet. We went to
Oh, we heard it on like a sample thing.
yeah, and then we went to a place and saw them. They were out around promoting, and they performed it at this place. We went
Yeah.
to LA, and
So
Yeah.
back then, because we didn't have, you know, SoundCloud,
you know,
shit,
down OPP that one.
we didn't have any of that. These labels and these subsidiary labels would put on what they call showcases to showcase their artists, so that the big labels would come up and they would try to get distribution.
Right.
So we would see. Remember, we saw Onyx was on
Yep.
one with us,
Yep.
and Naughty by Nature,
Mhm.
and so we had to see a lot of these guys before they blew up on these showcases, because some of the artists that we were producing were on them as well.
Okay.
Voodoo and Supernatural and those guys.
Yep. Remember there was that one guy. He called himself Sandman,
Yeah. Oh,
and he
was
called
so
it, and he
good.
was really good. And he called it, and he was super into weed,
Mhm.
and he called himself the Buddha Bagpiper.
Yep.
Mm.
He was so good. Whatever happened to him? He
Yeah.
was by far, out of all the artists that we
Yeah.
worked with, he was the most talented.
Yeah, and I remember he would record in his dorm at
Yeah.
Cal State Long Beach. We would
Mhm.
go over there, and we'd say, "Dude, we got a studio, man. Come over."
Yeah, come to our studio. And we did a couple of his.
Now, did you guys have analog equipment at the time?
What is that?
Both.
Yeah. What's the difference? What do you mean?
Like-
Analog is a stereo?
No, analog. It means like you actually had outboard
You got
compression
tunes.
and like.
Oh, you mean not
preamps and
digital?
stuff? Yeah, not in the computer, not plugged.
We were right at the infancy of MIDI.
Okay.
MIDI sequencing.
Yes.
MIDI.
Musical
MIDI.
instrument digital interface.
Yeah, we were right at the
Yeah.
infancy of that, and I went to school. Both of us went to school to learn that.
Yeah.
That's how we were able to. That's how I was able to build my own recording studio and stuff like
Well, that's
that.
interesting because that recording studio right behind you in the curtain, that's
Example.
all MIDI.
Is it all MIDI?
Yeah, and it's got a
So it's old.
sequencer. No, it's still new stuff, but
We
it
should
just,
record an album.
It just doesn't use like
Yeah, dude,
just
let's cut a
computer
record.
and all that.
You want to?
Yeah. What kind of music should we make?
country?
Oh,
Country reggae.
I was raised on
Should start a-
Mondays on Saturday afternoon, looking up at Happy
I'm not hearing any
Dean
reggae
Boy.
in there.
Oh boy,
Blink, 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 blink. I got it. Blink, blink, blink.
right?
Like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what is gonna happen. It sounds weird to look forward to sick shit, but
Maybe you're looking forward to justice.
and you look at all the people that are quiet.
Yeah.
They ain't saying
And full
shit.
disclosure.
All the guilty people, be
Oh.
quiet,
All the guilty people.
be quiet.
Because you think about all these stars that came out when the Me Too thing happened, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now
Yeah,
they ain't saying shit.
ain't saying yep.
They ain't saying a damn thing. They just quiet that motherfucker. They are shaking in their shoes.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is shaking in his shoes.
Mhm.
Apparently those guys were buddies.
Mm.
They were like, yo, pass it back and forth.
All right, you
Pass it
mentioning names.
back. Jay-Z.
Allegedly.
They're all over he's
Jay-Z allegedly. No, I'm saying he ain't allegedly scared. He's scared. I'm saying what they're going to say about him is alleged right now. But that dude why are they so quiet? Why is Usher so quiet? Why is Usher being quiet?
come on, Ursher.
I think Bieber's speaking out. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, he's pretty directly named in a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff, you know.
You know who I fucking love? The dopest troll on the internet. 50 Cent. That dude ain't holding back. He is letting everybody,
Yeah.
he's talking all the shit.
Yeah,
And I love it.
yeah,
I love every minute.
yeah, heck yeah. Ooh,
Talking
he's done.
all the
Well, he's done really well for himself, you know.
You think?
I mean, just I'm just thinking
50?
overall, like you
No.
know, he was found by Eminem and sort of
Yeah.
brought into the deal, and
He's an LA
Yeah.
guy, right?
I don't think so.
No. He's an East Coast guy, I think. Wherever he was. That he got
Yeah, it wasn't L.A.
shot.
He should just do a whole podcast on it and call it Fitty on Diddy.
That's genius. 50 on Diddy, you heard it from here.
Mm.
50. Now, is it 50 cents or is it 50 cents?
What's the guy's name?
Jiminy Glick.
Yeah. You were so Jiminy Glick just now.
50 cents. Now, why not $1?
He's the best.
Yeah, Jiminy Glick.
Jiminy Glick.
You know Martin Short?
No.
He has the actor Martin Short.
I know who he is.
He has a character called Jiminy Glick where
Okay.
he like interviews celebrities.
And it's on the same kind of thing as Between Two Ferns, where it's like an insulting interview.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, like Zach
And it was
Galifianakis
a popular thing that he did. And
I believe he was doing
Jimmy
that.
Kimmel's brought him back to do. He's doing it on Kimmel now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing it on Kimmel. Me and Kimmel are buddies.
Look at that. Full circle. Kimmel Comedy Club.
Yep.
Oh.
Jimmy doesn't know it yet, but we're best friends because I love your club. And
I love his show.
oh, I love how he trolls Donald Trump.
No one does it better than him.
Dude.
Well, he's mad at Donald because Donald
Yeah.
talks shit about his kid.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm.
That's a whole nother thing that I don't even want to get into, man. The whole Trump and Kamala. Kamala is it's not Kamala. It's not Kamala.
It's Kamabla.
It's not Kamala. Blah, 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 blah.
Mm.
It's Kamala. Why can't people get that, by the way?
People,
I'm not saying that
people
because I'm like, I
purposely-
love her, but like
people purposely screw things up as a veiled insult,
Kamala Harris. Kamala Obama. Kamala Obama. Oh, that's what they're going to start calling her. And then Kamala Obama.
Did you ever see those clips when Obama met Kamala Harris, like when he was president? And you just saw the way he looked at her. He thought she was good looking, and then Michelle's sort of standing in to the side.
Fuck with me.
No.
Yeah.
I'll put you in a headlock.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, hello, girl. What's your name, girl? But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's he just gets under his skin. It's so, and Trump's not good at hiding that. You
No.
could always tell when someone gets under his skin
Well, he
because he'll
mentions
just
them in his
talk
speech.
about him and talk about him and talk about
He
him.
talks about him in his speeches now.
Yeah.
Brings him up all the time. It's funny.
That guy, how much time do you think he's got left? Trump.
Meaning life?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He just looks like a heart attack walking.
But the interesting thing though is, they say as you get older, if you don't have things to do, if you don't have purpose, that's when you die,
Oh, so
But he seems full of purpose, so.
yeah, but he
No.
just doesn't seem like he's quite clear
I think
what the purpose.
And I think he'll lose
It
his
is cool.
mind
He's just
before he
trying to
loses
stay out of
his
jail.
life, though.
Huh?
I think he'll lose his mind before he loses his life.
yeah, and he's definitely trying to stay out of jail.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
If this guy wasn't who he was, he'd be in jail.
Mhm.
He's a felon.
He's a felon.
Well, motherfucker's a felon, man.
Well, yeah, regardless of what you think about him, he's convicted. So what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm not hip on politics. I don't know a lot about what's going on because it's just so nauseating to me, and it's just so scary and sad to me that this is what our country has come to. That our country's basically the world version of the fucking Jerry Springer show. So I don't pay a lot of attention to it, but it's a comic and I were talking the other night, and of color, black man. And we're talking, and he's saying, yo, I need to get that gig, man. I lost he said he lost his unemployment or got rejected or something like that. And we were just talking about that. I'm like, yeah, it's a great gig. I'll give you guys information. It pays well, blah, blah, blah. And then he leans in, he goes, in between you and me, I'm voting for Trump.
Mm.
And I didn't know why. I don't know what he meant by that. So I need to be educated on that. Do people think Trump's going to make us more money or more jobs or blah, blah, blah?
What I've heard is people have said, well, when Trump was in office, I was rolling in money. And I'm going, there are a lot more factors than just somebody being in
That's
office.
such an ignorant thing to say. Like,
It really is.
I
It
can't
really
stand when
is.
people do that.
I was rolling though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was rolling though.
It's also to say I think the same and again I'm not going to take political sides or whatever, but that's not this show. But
Libtard.
when they say, well, look what she's done the last 4 years, and
I hate it when they say
it
that 'cause
wasn't her. It's not
Yeah,
her
it was-
administration.
It wasn't
Yeah.
her presidency.
Yeah.
It wasn't her presidency.
It wasn't her presidency.
Anywho's, it's what do I got coming up, guys? I got some stuff. Oh, I do want to announce this one. October 23rd, I am headlining a venue here in Long Beach, California called Jade on the Water, October
Oh,
23rd.
What? I got to go to that.
Yeah, you know Jade?
No, but
Jade?
I will.
Oh, it's an amazing. Jade is an amazing venue. It's a beautiful Asian restaurant, Asian themed restaurant. It's got great food. It's there it's right off of PCH and 2nd Street in
All right.
Long Beach, California. I'm headlining it October 23rd. My buddy Anime Gordon will be there hosting. My our good buddy Sam Hirschgold is going to be featuring for me there.
Hey, Sam.
Love Sam.
Intimate venue, limited seating. So
Love you, Sam.
get your tickets. You can get your tickets. We'll put the link in the bullshit. I don't know how it works, but on my social media, on my Instagram, there's a link to the Eventbrite there. But guys, get those tickets. I'm going to do a full hour in a small room.
Oh, nice.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. That's October 23rd.
You think I can get on the list?
Jade on the Water. Jade in Long Beach, October 23rd. Get your tickets. Come to that show. I really would love to see you guys there. Let's see.
Jade on the water.
Jade on the water. Jade. That's the theme song for the show. Goddamn. What else do I have? I have. I got some good dates that I want to tell you guys about. That's gonna be fun. So there is this show at the Comedy Store that they do every Thursday in the Belly Room called Crack 'Em Up Thursdays. The Belly Room is a small, intimate room. It's about, what do you say?
It's upstairs.
60 seats?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, they're going to do their anniversary show. They're going to do their anniversary show in the main room at the Comedy Store, which is 400-something seats. And when the heck is that? And I want all of you to go to that show. It's a lot of fun. All the comics that are regular comics on the show are going to be there. I'm going to be there. My buddy CP will be there, who, by the way, if you love comedies on Hulu, How to Die Alone. Great show, but my buddy CP is in the show, and he's great in it. Hold on, my son's texting me. Not yet. He asked me if I fed the dogs. I'm like, no, I want him to die.
You know, that main room is probably one of the best places to experience comedy in the whole world.
Yeah.
That main
October 10th.
main room comedy stores.
October 10th, Thursday night. That's a Thursday night, October 10th, in the main room at the Comedy Store in West Hollywood at, I believe it's a 9:30 show.
Nice.
Go to that show. It's going to be a lot of fun. You'll see some stars. Then you'll see me. And that's going to be another good show. October 19th, if you're up north in Crescent City, California, October 19th, I am headlining the Elk Valley Casino. And again, my buddy Sam Hirschgold is going to be featuring for me on that gig. We got some stuff. October, we did all the October dates? There's Jade, the 23rd. Do I have something on the 20th? Elk Valley is that thing. 11th and 12th. Here we go. I don't know the venues yet, but our buddy Jay Davis, him and I are going to do some shows October 11th and 12th down in Laguna Beach. I'll give you guys more details on that when I get them. But yeah, we're going to be doing some shows down there. So I got some stuff coming up.
Nice.
November, I'm back in November 15th, 16th. I'll be back in Las Vegas again. I'll be headlining the Dirty at 12:30. I'll be doing a show at the Foundation Room, I believe it's called, at the Mandalay Bay. And I'll be doing a show at New Woo, which is a cannabis business there.
And you knew woo woo.
My brother likes it when I do you new woo woo, because I bring up free shit.
That's true.
Get that weed, dog. So I got some dates coming up. When will I be in Vegas again? Listen, I'll announce it now and I'll announce it again on Feature Podcast. December 2nd through December 8th, I will be headlining Brad Garrett's Comedy Club at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. December 2nd through the 8th. That's one show nightly at 8 o'clock. Get your tickets. Other than that, what do we got? What else do we got? Where are you going to be performing, Dave?
I will be performing in my backyard.
Naked.
No, I don't perform. That's not my bag.
That's bullshit. You perform every day, man. Look at you. You're a show.
Thanks. Is that a compliment?
Baby, you're a firework.
Oh my God,
Is that
it's such a show.
Is that
That's
a
a good sound when you use that.
what's that lady's name? Katie? Katy?
Katy
Perry.
Perry.
Is it Katie or Caddy?
Katy.
She needs to change the spelling on that.
Well, she already changed her name
To what?
because her name is Kate Hudson.
Oh, that's right. And then we already have one of those.
Mm-hmm. So no, she's Katy Perry.
Kate Hudson. Love me some Kate Hudson. Dude, her brother,
Dude,
Oliver Hudson.
Oliver's so funny.
If you want to laugh and have a great time, follow Oliver Hudson on Instagram. That dude is.
When he sings.
Oh, he sings and he sings good. Ish. And that's why it's so funny, because you're like, it's good, but it's fucking funny.
But he's committed.
Oh, yeah.
He's fully committed.
All right, guys, I think we did it today.
Yeah, man.
Keep supporting this podcast because we want to keep doing it. Tell a friend, share, leave comments. It helps with the algorithms. Like, subscribe, notification bell on YouTube. Leave us a rating and a review, 5-star rating, glowing review on anywhere you get your audio. And again, unidenticalpod.com for everything Unidentical Pod. And hey, give us some ideas. Unidenticalpod@gmail.com. David, anything else?
I think you got it. I think you covered it all.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. The appropriate button.
Why?
Because you didn't have anything.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Unidentical.